This generation has more freedom than any generation before it. More technology, more information, more comfort, more opportunities. And yet, it is one of the most depressed generations in modern history. Young people today aren't just sad. They're exhausted, disconnected, emotionally overwhelmed. And what makes this crisis harder to understand is this. From the outside, everything looks fine. But psychology reveals a much deeper truth. Depression among young people is not caused by weakness. It's not caused by laziness. And it's not caused by being ungrateful. It's the result of how modern life collides with the human brain. Today, we're breaking down why so many young people feel depressed, not emotionally, but psychologically. The pressure to have life figured out too early. Previous generations had time. Time to grow, time to fail, time to explore identity. Today's young people are expected to know who they are, choose a career, build a future, succeed publicly before their brain has fully developed. Psychologically, this creates chronic anxiety. When identity is rushed, confusion becomes internalized as failure. Constant comparison is destroying self-worth. Young people today grow up comparing their behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reels. Social comparison is no longer occasional, it's constant. Psychology shows that repeated comparison leads to lower self-esteem, distorted self-image, feelings of inadequacy. Even high-achieving young people feel behind, not because they are, but because comparison never ends. The brain was not designed for this much stimulation. The human brain evolved for small communities, slow information, real interaction. Modern young people live inside endless notifications, 24/7 news, constant digital noise. This overwhelms the nervous system. Overstimulation leads to emotional numbness, fatigue, loss of motivation. Depression often begins as burnout, not sadness. Emotional expression without emotional processing. Young people talk more about feelings than ever before. But talking is not the same as processing. Many express emotions, online, publicly, performatively, without understanding them internally. Psychology shows that unprocessed emotion doesn't disappear, it turns inward. Loss of meaning and purpose. Previous generations struggled physically. This generation struggles existentially. Young people often ask, what's the point? Why work so hard? What does success even mean? When life feels directionless, motivation collapses. Depression often grows where meaning is missing. Isolation in a connected world. Young people are constantly connected, but deeply lonely. Online interaction lacks emotional safety, physical presence. Deep bonding. Psychologically, humans need felt connection, not just contact. Loneliness doesn't always feel like sadness. Sometimes it feels like emptiness. Economic pressure and uncertain futures. Many young people feel trapped. High education costs, unstable job markets, rising living expenses. When effort no longer guarantees stability, the brain shifts into survival mode. Hope declines. Motivation shuts down. Depression becomes a response to perceived helplessness. Emotional invalidation from older generations. You have it easier. Stop complaining. Others have it worse. These statements invalidate experience. Psychology shows that emotional invalidation increases. Shame, suppressed emotions, self-blame. Young people don't feel understood. They feel dismissed. Identity confusion in a hyper-choice world. Unlimited options sound freeing, but too many choices create paralysis. Young people struggle with identity, belonging, direction. When everything is possible, nothing feels stable. Perfectionism is becoming normalized. Many young people don't fear failure. They fear being average. Perfectionism leads to chronic self-criticism. Fear of starting emotional shutdown. Depression often hides behind high standards. Why motivation disappears. Motivation requires hope-reward, belief in progress. When effort feels meaningless, motivation collapses. This is not laziness. It's learned emotional exhaustion. Why many can't explain how they feel. Many young people say, "I don't know what's wrong." Psychology explains this clearly. Depression isn't always sadness. Sometimes it's numbness, disconnection, lack of energy, loss of interest. When language fails, confusion grows. When depression is a signal, not a flaw. Depression is often the mind saying, "This environment isn't working." It's not a character defect. It's a response. What actually helps psychology consistently shows improvement comes from real connection, purpose-driven goals, reduced comparison, emotional understanding, structure and routine, not shame, not dismissal, not pressure. The big truth. Young people are not broken. They are reacting logically to an overwhelming world. Their pain makes sense, and understanding it is the first step toward change. This generation doesn't need lectures. It needs understanding stability. Meaning time depression is not a sign of weakness. It's a signal that something in the system needs to change. If this video helped you understand yourself, or helped you understand someone younger in your life, subscribe to this channel. Because here we don't judge emotions. We explain them. Like the video. Share it with someone who thinks young people are just sensitive. And remember, understanding heals faster than criticism.